A very good morning, my dear students. How are you all? Hope all is well and you are safe at home. We are here for the grammar classes, and in the previous class we had just started off with the tenses, which is one of the fundamental pillars of English grammar. Again, when you have to write correct, grammatically correct English, you should be thorough with the use of the tense, which to use when you should be knowing. Now, I told you that in my last class, before we start off with the tenses, you should know something about the verb classifications. There are different classifications of the verb, and the one that we discussed was that one is the different forms of the verb. Okay, different forms of the verb. There are, how many forms are there? 5 forms of the verb. That is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. There are 5 forms of the verb which you should be thorough with. V1 forms the present tense, that is the root verb or the base verb. Then you have the past tense, V2. Usually you form the past tense by adding D or ED. There are different classifications there also. Then V3 is the past participle. It is the past participle. I will explain this further to you when I take the regular, irregular and the peculiar verbs. One classification is there. That time this past participle I will take for you in detail. Then we have the verb plus ing. Ing itself shows that it is a continuous tense. It can be the present tense, present continuous or past continuous. Then we have the verb plus to plus verb, that is the to infinitive. These are the 5 forms of the verb. Then I also told you about the helping verb or the auxiliary verbs and the main verb. The root verb. Auxiliary verb, actually why I stress on this now is the change of tense. The word tense means time, the time of action, and accordingly you have to change the auxiliary verbs. It is mainly the auxiliary verbs that change according to the time or according to the tense. Get this into your mind. It is the auxiliary verbs that help to form the different tenses. For example, she is writing, she was writing, she has been writing, she had been writing, she would write. So if you check this, it is all the change of the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means the helping verbs, which does not have a meaning of its own like the main verbs. Got it? So it is according to the auxiliary verbs that the tense changes. Okay. Now, as I told you earlier, time, that word tense denotes the time of action. Accordingly, we have 3 tenses: the present, the past and the future, or rather the past, the present and the future. These are the 3 main verbs in English grammar. The past means the actions that has already taken place, the present which is happening now, and the future which is going to happen later on. Now, these 3 tenses, listen carefully, these 3 tenses again are classified under or into 4 headings or groups. That is simple, what is it? Simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Get this into your mind. Each of these 3 main verbs are again classified under the simple, that is to say, let us take the present tense: simple present, continuous, present continuous, then perfect, present perfect, and last is present perfect continuous. Okay, these all depends on the time of the action that has been taken place. Now I explained to you where and how you should use simple present tense. Where do you use simple present tense? One is to talk about habitual actions, actions that are happening very regularly, not necessarily every day, every hour, no. Regularly if it happens, you have to use the simple present tense. She walks in the morning every day this happens, okay. I go to school at 9:30. I go to school at 9:30. Simple present again. Sita goes for dance classes every Monday. Sita goes, again simple present tense. So one is for habitual actions, then one is for general truths. The sun rises in the east, the moon shines at night. These are things which are accepted. The water is colorless, okay. Then 2 plus 2 makes 4. These are the truths, the general truths. Now scientific facts is hydrogen. I gave you the same example last time. Hydrogen and oxygen combine together to form water. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it, okay. Hydrogen and oxygen combine together to form water. Then acid turns litmus, blue litmus into red. So these are the scientific facts. So the second occasion where you use simple present tense is for general truths and scientific facts. Got it? So the first is habitual actions, then scientific facts, then usually, not usually, always proverbs are used in present tense only, simple present tense, okay. All that glitters is not gold. As you sow, so you reap. Prevention is better than cure. Is so all of the proverbs, are used in the simple present tense. Then we also use simple present tense to talk about a program which is going to happen, which is planned, or which you know is going to happen in the future. The school reopens in May. The school reopens in July. Is or reopens. It is again simple present tense. Okay. So my sister comes in the evening every day. Comes, again something that is happening, planned for the future, which is already decided, that also you use in the simple present tense. Now this we discussed in the last class. Now we come to the present continuous. Children, remember, in continuous tense the verb will always be with ing. Coming, going, reading, walking. With the main verb you add ing. Okay, it talks about a thing or an action which is happening at the time of talking. At the time of talking, the teacher is teaching English grammar, is teaching. It's happening now. The students are listening to the class. Again, something that is happening. So in situations where the actions are happening at the time of speaking is used in present continuous. Now we come to the perfect, present perfect. Present perfect means something that has been completed immediately, which started in the past and has just completed. And the auxiliaries that you use here are has for singular verb, have for plural verb, has and have. Two auxiliary verbs are used according to the number of the subject. She has come home now. It is, yes, she has just come home now. Has completed. The children have completed their work. It started in the past and it has completed now. Okay, so this much you know for this class. I will be continuing with the tenses in the next class. Otherwise, you will be confused. Whatever you learn thoroughly, understand thoroughly. I would much appreciate if I get some feedbacks on the classes. If I have to change my way of teaching or something of the sort, please let me know. And thank you, children. Till we meet again, bye.